Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all the praises, honor, and the glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles, the elders, the teachers, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom as well to all you sincere brothers, and shalom to the few sisters that be of the household of faith. All right, now as I'm, preparing, to go out and do the work in the house and the byways, I wanted to do a lesson here, Lord willing, this be edifying, and, this is short, quick to the point. But nevertheless, this is going into, the fire, all right, that's been happening here in Canada, all right, all over Ontario, actually, Saskatchewan, different parts as well, I believe BC, if I'm not mistaken, but also, you got different tempests, all right, things that are happening throughout the four corners of the earth, whether it's flooding, all right, tornado, happening here in Toronto as well, Toronto, Canada. But these are all signs, and also there's another disaster that's going on in China, all right, which it's very questionable. That's what I'll say, all right, because a lot of people on the comment board are going into the fact that it's a bit strange on these a specific area that it's being targeted, all right, and we understand Esau with his devices that the Lord Yahweh Shai blessed him with, that he has control over. Okay, you see, he's able to manipulate the weather. Okay, he understands the operation of elements. Now he's limited to how much he can do, all right, but nevertheless, these certain disasters that's happening at these specific areas, raises a lot of questions. But nevertheless, we know that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai gave the approval of it, because nothing happens without the will of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. So ultimately, this is the left hand of the Lord working, all right, which Esau, all right, plays a major role in that, all right. So let me play, a few videos here, and then we'll get some presets. But this is all according to prophecy, as things that would happen. These are signs of the end times, the end of the end, all right. Now, here you go. Now, as you can see here, I'm just gonna, allow the video to play, because you don't need to really hear the audio. But, it says Northern Ontario fires prompt large-scale evacuations, destroy homes in First Nations. Okay, so this is pretty much, a lot of the area where, Gad, all right, is located. Okay, and we know what Esau's agenda really is, man. He wants to be able to have control and power over every single part of the earth, man. He doesn't want anybody to have some sort of a possession, man. Okay, which really, none of this is his, but the scriptures really go into the fact that he's not satisfied. No matter how much he has, he's not satisfied, man. Okay, and the way these fires have started, etc., again, a lot of it would raise a lot of questions, all right. But it says Mother Nature, okay, has lost her patience, all right, which ultimately it's the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay, who's angry with the wicked every day. But you can clearly see a lot of people are being evacuated, all right, homes completely getting destroyed, and you can't take this fire out, no matter how many firefighters you bring over here. You won't be able to you won't be able to calm this down. Okay, the scriptures talk about that. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai spoke about, let me bring out that precept actually first and foremost. The book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49, it says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? Now in the NLT it says, I have come to set, okay, the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning, and it is. Okay, what Yahweh Shai will return to is the need for salvation for the children of Israel, because of all the chaos that's happening. You're gonna have wars, you're gonna have fires, famine, pestilence, okay, earthquakes, okay, flooding in certain areas, which we know that the Lord's not gonna, he's not gonna destroy, all right, the world, via the flood anymore, as he promised. But it doesn't mean that there's not gonna be floods and water, all right, destroying certain parts of the earth. Okay, you see, so this is the need for Yahweh Shai's return, man, because he's already going to find this place in a disaster, and he's going to need to come back okay, and annihilate, okay, those that destroy the earth. Okay, who's who? Esau, Edom. Okay, with his harp device, all right, and machines, etc., in which he's, again, as I mentioned earlier, he's able to manipulate the weather so that he can, fulfill certain agendas in which he has. Okay, the scriptures talk about that, what? That he knows that he had but a short time, so he's going to move quickly. All right, and these are all part of his plans. Okay, everything is going to what? Everything leads, okay, to the end. Okay, and the end is talking about these last few prophecies, man. Third World War, the implementation of the MOTB, Jacob's trouble, these things are going to happen simultaneously, man. Okay, you see? So, even here in Canada, I believe as of yesterday, all right, Bill C9, all right, has been passed and is now implemented on the 18th, I believe, of July, which was yesterday, man. Okay, so if you're found out there prophesying, doing the work of the Lord, okay, which, ultimately, it's the Israelites who are being targeted, not the Christians, all right? You see, you're going to find yourself in trouble, ultimately, man, and that's a part of the persecution, man. So this is all a part of his agenda, and he's working on so many different things at the same time, man. Okay, and this is all what the Lord says, that he's gonna he's gonna shorten, those days should be shortened. Okay, those days should be shortened, man. All right, now let me go back to that video. Salakia, as you can see, man. So it says here, okay, Northern Ontario fires prompt large-scale evacuation, okay, destroys home in First Nations. Okay, now here's another one. All right,
take a look at what's going on. I need y'all to take a look at what's going on in China right now, y'all. It seems that China has entered an extreme weather era because for the past couple of weeks, China has been getting hit back to back. I'm talking about tornadoes after tornadoes. And in China, something like this is not normal, y'all. Especially back-to-back tornadoes, man. Whoa, look at the way that this thing is creeping up toward this dude's apartment. And he actually gets hit by the tornado. I don't know what happens to him, y'all. But look at this, y'all. It's an EF4. Bro, look at this. And that was the end of that video, y'all. I don't know what happened to him, y'all. They're talking about winds up to 200 miles an hour, bro. Typhoons after typhoons. Bro, look at this. Oh my God. The mall turned into a water park, a type of water park you don't even want to play in, but it looks crazy, y'all. It looks very interesting to look at. Oh my God, bro. What's going on in China? This is like a movie. Look at the water. They are saying multiple dams. Oh, is that a Pokemon car? Bro, Pikachu. Yo, that's Pikachu. As I was saying, y'all, they're saying multiple dams broke in China, man. And now look at all this flooding. Like, it's like a reverse, man. We're losing all our water, and China's getting all the water. Look at this.
Eastern Chinese region of Guangxi, where a dam gave way in Hangzhou, east of the regional capital of Nanning. Persistent heavy rainfall since July 3rd has caused severe flooding and unleashed surges of water, prompting officials in Nanning, home to 9 million people, to put the region on high alert.
Bro, look at this water that's flooding into this construction site. They were building new housing there. Look at that, y'all. And check this out, y'all. There was an 800-acre pig farm that got totally flooded out because they were near the dam. And look at this. All the pigs are just upside down. And unfortunately, they didn't make it, bro. But this thing is, it stretches for miles, y'all. Oh, my God. Y'all hear that? Hear that? Something has changed in the atmosphere, y'all. Can y'all agree with me? Let me know down in the comments below, man, because this is not normal. For China to be getting hit back to back like that, y'all, they're not saying nothing about it. But yeah, y'all, I've been telling y'all, man, the shift is here, man. Let me know what you guys think about the video, man. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
all right, you see that? Completely destroyed. Now look at this one. It says Sunset Boulevard has been closed indefinitely in West Hollywood, all right? Hollyweird, I should say. Now look at this. You see? So it says Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood has been closed indefinitely after a massive century-old water main ruptured Thursday, early Thursday morning, triggering severe flooding and opening a giant sinkhole beneath the traffic light at Sunset Boulevard, and Holloway Drive. So you can clearly see sinkholes. All right, infrastructure is being completely destroyed. All right, and these are again all the doings of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And there's going to be a greater judgment that's getting ready to come, man. And a lot of these people are not prepared for it. Here it is. The prophets have been out there prophesying for all these years. And people have been completely ignoring. All right, only a few have truly woken up. And adhered to the words of the Lord. But many are going to get caught in this thing, man. Look at this one. This is a tornado in Toronto, Canada. This was just earlier today. This is earlier today. Look at that, man. That's going to destroy a lot of homes. But anyways, let's get some precepts here. Because the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is speaking, man. The book of Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6, it says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise." With storms and tempest and the flame of devouring fire, man. You see that? And that's how these people are being visited by the Lord. Because the Lord ultimately is not happy. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not happy. As spoken, in the book of Matthew, or Salaki, actually, in the book of Psalms. Let's get that, chapter 7, verse 11. It says right here, it says, "The Lord judges the righteous, and the Lord is angry with the wicked every day." So the Lord is going to execute judgment, man. All right, as spoken in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. And we'll just start the first couple of verses, because this shows you about the times that we're in. It says verse 2, Matthew chapter 24, "And Yahweh said unto them, see ye not, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down." And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of thy coming and the end of the world?" And Yahweh answered said unto them, "Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahweh, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." You see that? And we're living in that time right now, man. And it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places." Man, we're seeing that. It says, "And all these are the beginnings of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake," man. You see that? Hey, man, this is the time that we're in. This is the time that we're in. So I just wanted to bring that out. This is basically what's in the news, all right? Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next time, shalom, Yahweh, Bashim, Barakatah.